Welcome to File and Directory Management Commands. After watching this video, you'll be able to create and delete files and directories, explore how to copy and move files and directories, explore how to manage file permissions and make them executable. The make directory command is used to create directories. Let's say you're in your Documents folder, which is currently empty. To create a folder called Test, simply enter mkdir test. Now your current directory has a subfolder called Test. The rm command allows you to remove a file or directory. Suppose you have a file structure as shown on the left, and let's say you're in the Documents folder and you wish to remove File 1. You can do this by simply typing rm file 1. Now you can see only folder 1 is left. You cannot simply remove folder 1 since it may contain other files. However, you can easily get around this by entering rm with the -r option. The -r option means you want to remove the directory along with all its child file objects. Your Documents folder is now empty. Accordingly, you should always be careful when using rm with the -r option. It's very easy to accidentally remove folders with important data. Now, suppose you create an empty directory with the mkdir command and then you decide to remove it. The rm option, rf command, is not recommended. Instead, you should use the rmdir command, which is used solely to remove empty directories. This guarantees that you'll never accidentally delete any important files or directories. Entering ls shows that the current directory is indeed empty. The touch command can be used to create empty files. Suppose you're in your Directories folder, which is empty, and you wish to create some empty text files. You can do this by entering touch along with some file names A, B, C, and D with the .text suffix. Now you can see that your Documents folder contains the 4 files you created. You might be wondering what the touch command does to an existing file. Suppose your current directory contains a file called notes.txt. You can see when it was last modified using date -r notes.txt. If you use the touch command on notes.txt, you can see that its last modified date updated to the current time. The cp command allows you to copy a file or directory. To copy files, you can either copy a file from a source directory and specify the file name for the file in its destination directory, or simply omit the destination file name and default to keeping the same file name. To copy entire directories, you need to give cp the -r option so that it knows to recursively copy all subdirectories and files. Let's look at some examples. Suppose you have a file called notes.txt and a folder called Documents in your working directory. You can copy notes.txt to your Documents folder using cp notes.txt documents. Now you can see that your Documents folder contains a copy of notes.txt. Notice that you didn't need to specify a source directory because cp defaults to your current directory. Next, you can create a copy of your Documents folder called docs_copy using the syntax from the left. And as expected, you now have a docs_copy folder containing the same contents as the original Documents folder. The mv command allows you to move a file or directory. To move files, you can enter mv followed by the paths of the files you want to move, followed by the folder you want to move them to. Likewise, to move directories, you type mv with the directory's path to be moved, followed by the path and directory you want to move them to. Let's look at an example. Suppose you have a file called myscript.sh and 3 folders called scripts, notes, and documents. You can move my_script.sh to your scripts folder using the syntax from the left. Accordingly, entering ls my_script.sh returns nothing. but entering ls scripts shows that you successfully moved my_script.sh to your scripts folder. Next, you can move your notes and scripts folders to your documents folder using the syntax on the left. You can see that your directory now just contains your documents folder and that your documents folder contains the scripts and notes folders that you just moved. chmod stands for change mode and is used to change read, write, and execute permissions on files. Suppose you have a shell script file in your current directory called my_script.sh that echoes learning Linux is fun. Entering ls-l my_script.sh shows that your shell script has read and write permissions as indicated by the R and W characters. But if you try to execute the file, you get a permission denied error. In order to make your script executable, you call chmod on my_script.sh with the +x option. Entering ls-l my_script.sh now shows that my_script.sh has executable permissions as indicated by the x character. Great! Running the script now works. In this video, you learned that you can use the touch command to create a new file or update the last modified date of an existing file. You can create a directory with the mkdir command and delete an empty directory with the rmdir command. You can use the cp and mv commands to copy, move, and rename files and directories, and you can use chmod to change read, write, and execute permissions on files.